They said the easy life in suburbia was the right call. We traded all of that for 20 acres of Texas countryside and a quest to build something real. Today, we tackle a piece of major infrastructure at Falcon Reserve, the main underground electrical service. I'm the dreamer who thought burying 1,000 feet of conduit would be a weekend project. But between redigging trenches and pulling heavy wire through 3-inch pipe, this has become a masterclass in the right and the wrong ways of doing utilities.
If you're building an Airbnb glamping business or a Texas homestead, you have to get the infrastructure right. Stick around because by the end of this video, we finally get that meter installed and celebrate the end of a long, hard project. So we're going to the back acreage.
I don't have sunglasses.
Do you want them?
I don't know.
It's hot.
It's hot.
We're really not looking forward to this, but we have to do it. Okay, so we're going. This is us. We're doing it.
Let's go to work.
Here we go.
We're here for day 4-ish of electrical.
Plan is to get all this not looking like that and cover it up and make it to the spec that the electrical company wants.
So we were supposed to have a fence post. We forgot the fence post. So I'm going to try this T-post. Hopefully it doesn't bend. This is very heavy, like 1,000 pounds heavy. This is what's going to be run from the transformer box to the meter boxes, and then from the meter boxes to the houses. And so we've got to roll this spool out. We have, I think, like 600 feet of it, something like that on the spool. So we have to cut this into 110 feet right now for this from the transformer to the meter pole run. And then we're going to try to string a necklace because we think that's going to be easier than trying to pull wire, this heavy wire, through fully glued pipe and conduit in the ground. We'll see. I've done a little bit of this in a previous career, but nothing to this extent of this distance. Let's see what happens. Here we go.
What's your disclaimer here?
This is a what we did channel, not a how-to channel.
Yeah, it's good.
Also, if this voids the warranty on our tractor, this is not our tractor.
Oh.
This is a prop tractor. It's definitely not the one we own. I feel like getting started is always the hardest part. Like thinking through your project and thinking through what tools you're gonna need in the spot is the hardest part. And then having the willpower to get up and start, and the forethought to plan what tools you're gonna need, which toolbox, which loadout, which piece of equipment. It's hard to talk yourself into kind of getting up and starting the day, and especially when you have to have some brain power and some physical power, gray matter energy and red meat energy to get started. So I'll say just start. We didn't do a good job of explaining, so here I am editing the video and I'm going to tell you exactly what's going on. So right now we're trying to figure out how to get this heavy wire off of this spool. And right there I'm trying to pull it off and tugging it. But the challenge was that the tractor actually made contact with the edge of the spool, and so we couldn't it wasn't free spinning. Plus, as mentioned before, I didn't have a fence post or something. I was using a T-post and it didn't work very well. So we're trying to reposition it here. I'm trying to plan where I want Rachel to go with the tractor while I'm tugging along. And then we decided, okay, let's try to just pull it from behind and maybe use the tractor to roll it or something like that. And I'm like, yeah, you know what, forget it. Let's just roll it. And as we unspool it, but the challenge there is that, okay, it just dragged the wire along while unspooling some of it, because some of you mathematics people out there know that the circumference of that spool at its widest width, or its widest place, isn't the same as the circumference at the inner spot of the spool. So the spool is actually going to drag the wire along as it's spinning. It's not going to unspool at the same rate. So now we figured that out through trial and error, and we're having to drag and drop this thing back and forth. It's a pain. It was a pain in the butt, man. Like, good night. We decided, okay, let's refigure. And so Rachel and I kind of had it out, talking back and forth, trying to figure this plan out. I've got a lot of ideas. She's got a lot of ideas. The dog's standing there. He has a lot of ideas too. we realized at this point, like, we couldn't just pull the wire off of the spool to the length that we needed and then cut it. So we needed to actually kind of treat this almost like you would a different project where you're measuring the dimensions and then pulling it, using a measuring tape, pulling it to the appropriate measurement. So we're pulling out the long 100-foot measuring tape, and I can tell you from the drawings or from the electrical improvement or the electrical specs, we couldn't place the meter rack where Rachel is standing there more than 100 feet from where I was. So with some extra length, we ended up needing to cut it 110 feet. 12 feet was the final number. But this was my idea, is okay, let's park the golf cart on top of the wire, and then we'll pull the tractor away, and you'll see it get tight here. Snap tight. That's me pulling the tractor backwards away from this friction point, so that we can actually unspool 110 feet of this wire. Yeah, but once we got it done, we're ready to cut. So let's see how they did.
Okay, here's our update. So we have 110 feet of wire pulled. We, again, do not do as we do. This is what we did. We connected the spool to the tractor, backed the tractor up, and held it down with the golf cart. I know. Ingenuitive, if that's a word, right? And now we're cutting it. And just for, sheer entertainment, we're gonna watch Duggar struggle here.
Yeah, I've got the wrong size wire cutter. I thought this was big enough. We may need to make a Home Depot run.
We might need loppers.
All right, cut the camera, we'll go to Home Depot.
To be continued.
All right, so turns out the right tool, it works. So Home Depot run, Lowe's run. Got us like 2 hours later, right tool. Super easy, 10 seconds cut. So back to it, here we go. Hi, me again in the editing process. Once again, we didn't do a good job of explaining what's going on in this time lapse, so here I am. So that red thing that's getting stretched out there, that's the caution tape, because what Rachel's standing in down there at the bottom is part of, that's where the transformer's gonna go. So we've gotta get those transformer 90s all buried and ready for the pull. So we're putting the caution tape down, just burying just that little bit so that we can start pulling the electrical line through here in a second. Rachel's doing a great job. She's awesome on the tractor. I can't believe that 2 or 3 years ago she'd never sat on a tractor and done any work, and here she is doing really delicate earth-moving projects and filling in work while I'm trusting my life and shins to her. I'm really proud of her. She's awesome.
Okay, so we're starting from over here, right? This pipe that's coming up, we've got to pull about 40 feet probably.
As you can see, we've buried the pipe here. I'm gonna tie loops like this in the pull tape. I'm gonna feed this through like that. I'm gonna take these 2 hooks, put one on this arm, one on the other, and lift up with the tractor. And then once we reach the maximum lift, then I'm gonna grab the tape, tie a new line, pull that, set it to the side, feed that through that hoop, and just basically I'm gonna have every 4 to 5 feet in this pull tape. By the end of this, we'll have little hoops that I'm able to pull that tape with using not our tractor. Definitely not the tractor that's under warranty that we purchased earlier this year. We probably over-engineered this solution. Here I am on the tractor pulling it, and as Rachel start feeding in, she realizes she can push it in. She calls me over, and we can just push it right through. We were excited that it was easy, because nothing was easy on this project, as you can tell from Rachel in this clip.
We did all this work, and all you have to do is pull the wire through. So easiest thing we've done on our project thus far. I think A&M and Texas really want us to watch the football games tonight. So if we wrap up early, we get to watch our games.
Do you remember those macaroni necklaces we made in elementary school or kindergarten for our moms for Mother's Day? I remember those being pretty easy to make, And I remember fishing wire through pipe being really difficult in a previous career. We attempted to make a macaroni necklace using conduit and wire, and it was probably the dumbest choice I've ever made. Just watch us as we struggle. It would have been so much easier just to do it the right way. Comment below if you've ever made a dumb choice like this.
Okay, it's the end of the day. We've been out here for too long to count. I'm gonna turn it around and let you see how Duggar feels. Here, so we're trying to get this bend. So we've gotten, the part that we thought was gonna be easy was gonna be stringing them along like a beaded necklace. Turns out that's hard as all get out. So, bad decisions, that's okay. Okay, so we're beating that out. We might get hit by a hammer here. That's it, the end. Hopefully we're finished soon. Okay, bye.
All right, so it's day 5. Day 5 of the trench dig.
It's 10 a.m. It's hot.
It's 10 a.m. It's already 95 degrees.
We have our work cut out for us here. I haven't let Duggar buy a backhoe, so he's angry. But that's okay. We'll get it done. Hey, this is everyone hearing me say, I don't care if you buy.
This is me on my knees begging for the equipment that we need.
I'm asking you to, I'm telling you, I don't care anymore. Buy your backhoe. Moving on.
I'm gonna edit that to say buy your hoe. Stringing a necklace, stringing a necklace with our gloves on. Ah! Hot.
Johnny, you need shorts on. I know you don't believe in it, but...
No, because then I can't do this. Get a nice little wind tunnel going down the crotch. Whoa! It's like an Arctic breeze now.
Pretty good.
Hang on. I gotta fix my pants though.
We got all the pipe laid out. All of the pipe that runs back to here, that's where our breaker box will go, then from there to the house. So now we're gonna cover up our ditch and probably call it a day. We're pretty tired today. So here goes the tractor. Big day here. This has been a hole in our road for a big chunk of the time. And it's getting covered up. Double thumbs up. All right, so.
We always start our videos with all right, so.
We just got a call from the electric company, and they're gonna come out and they're gonna work on our power line, but we're not ready. We've got to glue a sweep on here.
Did you bring your broom? Cause I got the sweep. Right here.
Dad jokes.
Dad jokes. Hashtag dad jokes.
So
Look,
that's what we're working on
it's
today.
D for dad jokes. You go run back and grab the reciprocating saw. And I'll do a little flossing.
Yep, I can see that.
Do a little jump on it, jump on it, jump on it. Again, the hardest part is starting. It's hot. It's the end of September. We were promised cool weather in the fall by all of our first grade teachers when we learned about the fall. But unfortunately, education in the 90s doesn't keep up with what actual Texas looks like in the 2000s. So 2020s now. We should call this decade something. The 1920s were the roaring 20s. The toxic 20s. That's what it should be called. Because of COVID to start it off, and now like political rhetoric that seemed to have infested our country. Oh, here's Rachel driving crazy. She forgets that she's not on camera when she does the silly things, and she needs to be on camera when she does the silly things.
Ow! There's prickles on those.
There's a cowboy rule. Don't squat with your spurs on. Rachel just learned rule 43 of homesteading. Don't squat in the prickle bushes. 3, 2, 1, go! Look, it's a magic trick. I cut the pipe without cutting the string.
What's it like doing this solo without my help?
Surprisingly more productive.
Wow.
All right, that's on. We're giving riveting content of this.
You can hear what we're doing. What do you think we're doing? Comment below. Hello, mate.
Please don't drop the camera down the trench.
I got it. All right.
Okay.
Tractor time.
All right, so we're back at it. I've got this on. It's great for the work we're going to be doing today, which is concrete saw cutting. Concrete runners that run underneath Prairie View. They're too long, so I've rented a little concrete saw, and we're going to cut it off today.
was a little loud. My ears are ringing. Listed everywhere, it says, wear ear protection. And my headphones are in the house. I didn't feel like driving back. And I definitely feel like I'm talking too softly right now. Wow, ears are really ringing. That was super loud. Should have worn ear protection. I admire Navy SEALs. Now I hear like them. No big deal. All right, that was it. You'll notice I'm wearing a Texas A&M shirt and a UT hat. Texas is on a bye week this week, so I'm supporting my wife's team, the Aggies, because I want brownie points, and I don't want the Aggie taint to be close to my brain, so I always wear a UT hat. Hope you see this, Rachel. Love you. Call it a day. Bye. Day 6 of the electrical work, and went and bought a backhoe, but they're on back order for 3 weeks. So we had to go out and rent a excavator. Rachel's out there on the excavator. Let's go out and see her.
Providing an update here, we have finished all of our excavating. We did about 500 to 600 feet, and now we are going to lay out the pipe to do our electrical. We're going to finish out the water well. Got a little bit of a helper here. Hi. Our goal is to finish this all this weekend so we can put the finishing touches on, and then we will have water, power. We can hook these bad boys up. So we did a lot of trenching over here.
Action. What are we doing today? Day
4,027. 4,292.
I could actually look back and figure out how many days it's been since that first day 1 video, but whatever. Here, I'm going to record you while you're recording me while I'm talking about this stuff. So, today, we're putting in all the pipe for the water well, the power for the water from the water well, the power to the water well, and the power from the meters to the tiny homes, and fixing the main power going into the meters from the transformer. So, a lot of pipe laying today. So, yeah, that's it. So, we've gotten...
We lead every video with
We do, we start every video. Alright, we're here in our Texas attire. Look how pretty you look.
So we have laid about 200 feet of 2-inch pipe from the water well to the meter rack so that we have power for our water well. And then we have completed the run from the meter to the tiny home. And then we have finished our run from the transformer to the main box. And now we're going to work on the 350 feet to the second house. out here on the back acreage working on the electrical. We had the electrician over 2 days ago, and we did some of the work incorrectly. So here we go with the redo. We are about to pull the wire back out with the backhoe. We now have a backhoe. Then we're going to retrench some of the stuff, pull the pipe back out, and redo it properly. All right, let's get to work.
You almost smoked that wall. Watching me. Woo! It's called tractor surfing. Oh, gotta put my right foot forward. I'm a goofy rider. Tractor surfing. We're tractor surfing. Uh-oh. I think a child is calling Rachel, saying someone has pooped on the potty or something. So in true Faulkner style, we're doing things as sketchy as possible. And you can see in the background here. It's not balanced, so it's a little cattywampus, but because the rope's going over, it holds it in place. Give a thumbs up. Rachel thinks it's good. There we go. Not gonna hit the grill guard at all. All right, so we are officially a little more than 60 days past where we wanted to be, and we have it all done. So just running a tad bit behind schedule.
Beach facts.
Some of the stuff we've done without recording is that we filled in all this trench, all the trenches behind Rachel.
We redug a trench.
Yeah, we got all this stuff in. We actually had this all installed, had the electrician come out to install the meter rack that's right here now. And he said, yeah, you gotta redo this. And so in order to redo it, we had to pull up the water pipes. And
now we're reinstalling
now we're
them.
done redoing a bunch of work, or redoing the electrical. So now I gotta finish redoing the water. And then we'll be done for the second time, which hopefully is the last time that we have to be done with this.
Okay. All right.
So I'm gonna recut this to keep the theme of this video, which is
Redoing our
redo update.
Hey girl, you're a good worker.
Honestly, I have been dreading editing this video because of how difficult it was to accomplish this last phase of the project. We ran into so many issues in the last bit of October and into November that it felt like we weren't going to finish it. That last clip that you just saw, I was actually 7 days removed from back surgery where I had 2 ruptured discs in my low back. That's actually the reason that Rachel's on the tractor so much in these clips. You know, it wasn't really one thing that caused my back surgery, and I can't think of any time that I really did anything harmful to it. The electrical pull from the meter rack to our 2-bedroom house, the longest run that we had to do, we complained about how hard it was, and because of that, we didn't film anything. I mean, we were so demoralized and just wanted to get through it. having to think on top of that, like how to capture camera angles and how to really think about the work. Like we're novices, we're new to this. Like thinking cinematically while also working a project is not something that Rachel or I have as a skill set. And so when it's 8 o'clock at night and we've lost the light, we're working by by the headlights of vehicles, and we're tired, it's cold, it's windy. Like the last thing we want to do is pick up a camera and try to capture that moment. All right, so here's where things sit. Last night, we pulled, or yesterday afternoon, we pulled our long electrical cord through, and at 6 inches, like I can literally see the cable at the end of the cable pull, our pull tape breaks. So our options were to either cut out the conduit that's above the ground, put a rope on it, finish the pull, but then we have to basically re-cement, do a bunch of the work that the electrician did, or re-pull it. So we chose to re-pull it in the opposite direction.
Now we're having to pull it back out, and we're real sad about it. So here's our plan.
1 foot at a time.
1 foot at a time. How you feeling about it, babe? We're really upset.
Overall, pretty fucking annoying.
Okay, here we go.
So we have, after working all day, undone most of the work we did yesterday, and now we're ready to pull again, this time in the opposite direction. And I'm going to show you our very unique rig for setting up our second time making this long pull. It's going to be a booger bear of a pull to do twice, 3 times, because we had to unpull it this morning. So 3rd time's a charm. So this is tied to my truck up to top of this ladder. This ladder's holding a spool so that the wire can come up and over the spool, down into the pull box slot. In those moments, it was hard. You can already see like we're past our deadline. This is taking more money, more time, way more energy. We're compromising our health. It was a beating. Ratchet strap to meter pull. So got 2 forms of tension going that way, tension going that way to hold this stable, and the pull tape will run, or the wire will run up and over and down into the ground. Even going back to this content, I'm just like, man, I'm so glad it's over. I'm so glad we pushed through it. I'm so glad we didn't give up. It was just a lot of work. I wish we had better content around it. I wish we would have captured kind of how excited we were to get that electrical through for the final time. But the last bit of this video is going to be kind of choppy. I'm sorry for that. We'll do better in our next videos, thinking about how to convey and make sure that you guys feel like you're along for the ride. But man, this one's on me. You know what that means? That means we have power. So after, this is day
we lost count.
76 of doing the power.
You guys missed a lot of fun. We pulled the wire about 5 times.
We pulled one of the leads literally 5 times. It broke twice. We lost the grounding wire once. We pulled it the wrong direction once, and then we got it through the last time. A lot of stuff was happening. We were a little frustrated, too frustrated
to record,
to film and to record. But meters installed. All of this is connected. Everything here is connected, so we have
power.
So that's exciting. That's exciting. Yeah.
Moving on.
I'm gonna edit that to say buy your hoe.
I'm telling you, buy your hoe. I don't care anymore.